content is brought to you by the Australian Buddha Dharma Association. Welcome to this in-depth exploration of a fascinating text, derived from the book Self-Created Destiny and the Law of Cause and Effect. This material records the teachings of a master to his disciples, focusing on a deeply personal yet universal question: how do we, through our thoughts, choices, and actions often without even realizing it, gradually shape our own destiny? And what is the mechanism of the seemingly invisible, yet constantly operating, law of cause and effect karma, that underpins it all? The text's core message, presented through a Q&A format, challenges our conventional views on life, decision-making, and self-perception. The discussion begins with the master's striking and firm assertion: your destiny, even the state of our physical health, is not random. It is a direct result of our active shaping and choosing. The original phrase is shaped by yi, chosen by yi. While this grants us immense power, it also significantly increases our responsibility. The material clarifies that this shaping and choosing is rarely a conscious, deliberate daily decision. Instead, it stems from deeply ingrained habitual patterns, beliefs, and reactive modes within our minds, a process the text terms or conditioning. Conditioning. This is likened to a white cloth being continuously soaked in a colored environment, gradually absorbing the dye. Similarly, our thoughts and behaviors are dyed by continuous input from family, society, and media. The problem of ignorance, if the fundamental understanding we use to judge the world and ourselves is flawed, which the text calls ignorance, delusion, it's like driving with a faulty map. No matter how hard we try, the result may still lead to suffering. The text provides concrete examples of how ignorance leads us to choose suffering. The act of killing, regardless of the motive, be it greed for pleasure, fear, anger, retaliation, or even arrogance to show off, the act itself plants the seed for a life filled with pain. As described in texts like the 10 Good Deeds Sutra, it is a choice made due to a lack of awareness of the necessary connection between action and consequence. The power of negative speech, habitual use of malicious, controlling, or intolerant language, even if we believe our intentions are good, causes immediate damage. When our manner makes others feel attacked, denied, or disrespected, the good karma between people is instantly eroded. Long term, this destroys relationships, potentially leading to a solitary life. Riddle, lonely, solitary. The master points out that this destructive pattern is rooted in ignorance, lacking correct views, avarice, and stinginess. This isn't just about money. It includes being unwilling to share knowledge, skills, experience, or opportunities. The internal fear: what if they surpass me? According to the master's analysis, this mindset actively accelerates the consumption of one's existing positive karma and, crucially, fails to sow new seeds for a rich and prosperous future. The unwillingness to share and the fear of being surpassed are categorized as wrong views. The master specifically labels this stubborn form of wrong view as almighty wrong views, indicating its tremendous power to take root and be hard to dislodge. The text presents the case of Nikola Tesla as a striking example of how great talent can be undermined by these negative patterns. Past good karma. Tesla's genius is seen as the fruition of past positive karma, giving him an incredible foundation of wisdom. Present negative karma. The master argues that in his later life, Tesla displayed significant avarice and arrogance, conceit. His practice of complex ciphers to protect his research from theft and his focus on status and fear of being eclipsed are cited as evidence. The result: these habits became an invisible wall, limiting the full potential of his contributions and destroying harmonious relationships. The mighty wrong views led to his eventual destitution and loneliness. The interlife effect. The analysis further suggests that the negative karma from this lifetime stinginess and arrogance could result in a future rebirth of poverty and reduced intelligence, illustrating the direct, unsparing nature of the law of cause and effect across lifetimes. The discussion then shifts to the fundamental question: what constitutes a true human? The master contrasts human behavior with that of animals, noting that animals sometimes display virtues, like self-sacrificing protection of their young, that put some humans to shame. The critique is particularly sharp for people who lack a sense of shame and basic morality. The foundational standard, the 5 precepts, to qualify as a basic human being. One must adhere to the 5 precepts: not killing, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct, not lying, and not consuming intoxicants to maintain a clear mind. The highest standard, traditional virtues, building upon the 5 precepts are the traditional Chinese virtues: loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trust. Focus on loyalty. The master redefines loyalty beyond allegiance to a sovereign. It is a commitment, a sense of persistence, and an acceptance of responsibility towards people, tasks, and one's own beliefs. Cultivating this virtue attracts the reciprocal fruit of others' loyalty towards you, even if you are flawed. Conversely, a mind full of suspicion and criticism will eventually lead to isolation. The final key concept is wisdom, which is contrasted with a state not referring to medical dementia, but a profound spiritual ignorance or delusion. Spiritual dementia, the core trait is a complete lack of awareness of one's own flaws, erroneous cognitive patterns, and the negative consequences they cause, often accompanied by strong self-satisfaction. I'm doing great, I'm clever. These individuals, driven by deep-seated negative habits, greed, anger, delusion, etc., continually create suffering while believing others are the problem. True wisdom, this is not mere worldly intelligence or knowledge. It is, first and foremost, self-knowledge, a clear understanding of one's own strengths and weaknesses. Second, it is the ability to understand and abide by the fundamental laws of the universe, such as the law of cause and effect and the 5 precepts, and to guide one's thoughts, speech, and actions accordingly. The wise know themselves, know the law, and act according to the law. The overarching message is that we hold the primary authorship of our life script. Every thought, word, and action is an act of shaping and choosing. This process operates through 2 stages. Choosing, setting the direction and goal, e.g., choosing to maintain a human rebirth by adhering to the 5 precepts, or aiming for higher enlightenment. Shaping, sustained action to realize that choice. The text's principle is to act according to the law is to shape. The master uses a vivid, candid analogy to differentiate effective from ineffective shaping. Effective shaping, like an engineer following a precise blueprint with high-quality components to build a powerful computer-clear goal. Right methods, real results. Ineffective shaping, like a child playing in the mud and mixing it with urine to make a toy house or car, looks like shaping, but it's based on delusion and fleeting impulse. The result is fake and useless. The discussion closes with a powerful reminder of the relentless nature of karma, citing the example of the Buddha himself, who, even after achieving ultimate enlightenment, still had to endure the residual effects of very ancient, past negative karma, such as the Mapmaka offering, where he was only served horse fodder. If the fully enlightened Buddha cannot completely bypass the manifestation of past causes and effects, then for us, who are still learning and growing, how much more crucial is it to be mindful of every tiny thought, every casual word, and every seemingly ordinary action? This leads to the final question for every listener to ponder. What subtle, potentially long-term shapings are you currently undertaking in your life, perhaps without even realizing it, that are determining your future trajectory?